people would say YouTube's gotten super competitive, but you were telling me you started your channel 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And you're killing it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, no, I think like there's just how many people are actually making great podcasts. So, no, I think podcasts are going to keep growing and becoming more and more powerful. And it's just like you're always going to want to see a window into people's brains. You know what I mean? And like, unless there's a new medium to do it, like, yeah, I just see it being more and more important, to be honest.
If you had a podcast, what would you do? Like, what hacks would you put out to actually grow it crazy?
It's just focus on making the best content possible. Like even now, like it's funny because you listen to my old podcast, I'm so data focused and that kind of stuff. But now I just kind of like look at ideas and I'm just like, is this objectively a good video that people want to watch? And when we write the videos, I'm just like, is this good content that people want to watch? Like it's more just focused on, it's always been focused on make the best video possible, but even more hardcore now than ever. And it's, there really is no, like if you wanted to be a top podcaster, is not, you can do these little gimmicks or things or whatever, but what you really need to be focused on is like, how do I articulate better? How do I make sure there's not awkward moments with my guest? How do I get it where my questions are more well-researched and I'm asking things that no other podcast has asked this person. So they feel like they're getting more value listening to this and all these other things, which I wouldn't call growth strategies or hacks. I would just call like relentless obsession with making a better product.
You know, here's my dilemma as a creator. And this I'm asking personally, and I'm sure a lot of creators have the same thing, right?
Yep.
So when I am, let's say, making the podcast with you or with anyone, right?
Yep.
I'm thinking about how do I make the best?
Yep.
But the way I think or the knowledge I have or the kind of stuff I'm going through in my life, best for me would not resonate with a lot of audience.
Okay.
So like the questions which I would ask would be so subjective to just me.
But I did say make the best podcast possible for you. I just said make the best podcast possible.
So how do you actually pinpoint that difference? Like this is the question which maybe the audience wants to know.
Yeah.
And this is the question which you want to know. And I'll give you an example if you want. Okay. So let's say I know for a fact that the moment if I ask you a question that how much money did you spend in making this show, this particular clip will fly.
Yeah.
Like this will turn out to a reel or a TikTok and it'll just go everywhere and it'll become a headline.
Yep.
Like I know this, right? So for audience, this question is important.